Our Geeky Science is what can you do that could give you an extra, a 25% reduced risk of mortality and an extra 5 years of life if you're diagnosed with cancer. This is an article in The Guardian. The headline is "Exercise is the prescription that every cancer patient deserves and one they're in control of." This was an amazing study that was done of 12,000 cancer patients. And they divided them into 4 categories. People who got no exercise at all, who basically just kind of sat around throughout their cancer treatment. People who were exercising below the guidelines. Now, the guidelines are 150 minutes of moderate exercise every week or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic exercise every week. So that's, 150 minutes, a little less, about 2.5 hours of walking. So, if you're, I walk probably a half hour a day, so I'm getting 2.5 hours a week. So right in that neighborhood. It's about a mile a day, basically. A mile and a half a day. So the second category, the first category was no exercise. The second category was below the guidelines, below that, half hour a day. The third category was meeting the guidelines, and the fourth category was exceeding the guidelines. And here's where the findings were just amazing. I'll just read to you from the article. Meeting versus not meeting the exercise guidelines was associated with a 25% reduced risk of mortality, of dying. Reduce your, now keep in mind, we're talking cancer. There are cancer drugs on the market that they're advertising on television every single day that might extend your lifespan on a 1 or 2 year to live diagnosis by 1 or 2 months. And they're selling these drugs for thousands of dollars. And here's something that is free and is associated with a 25% reduced risk of dying. There's literally, outside of the very targeted, well, I shouldn't say there's no such thing, but because there are some great cancer drugs now, depending on the cancers. But anyhow, they go on. Compared with no exercise, every level of exercise from below guidelines to exceeding guidelines was beneficial. Exercisers lived an extra 5 years, with the difference in survival appearing within 5 years and persisting for at least 20 years after diagnosis. And if it'll do it for you when you've got cancer, imagine what it'll do for you when you don't have cancer, if you want to prevent getting cancer, if you want to stay healthy. I'm telling you, when this program gets off the air, I'm gonna go for a walk. I do every day. And Louise and I have been, in fact, going out to Forest Park. It's the largest within the city park in the country, and it's huge, hundreds of acres, and it's all hilly. These hills that go up 600-700 feet, and little mini mountains. And we go out there and we climb a hill, climb a mountain and get all out of breath. And we've been doing this every Saturday, every Sunday morning, and sometimes even on weekdays when when the weather's nice. In addition to, walking to work and stuff like that. You can do this. It's not that big a deal. If you live wherever you live, just walk out the front door and say, okay, I'm going to walk in one direction for 20 minutes and then I'm going to turn around and go back home. And there's your 40-minute walk. Do that every day, 7 days a week, and you'll be in good shape.